It's always a rare feat when a brand new band tops the charts and becomes an in-demand live attraction. But Van Halen had accomplished something even more remarkable. They'd transformed the staid sound of metal into something that sounded fresh and vibrant, an undertaking that many observers would have deemed impossible before Van Halen's street date. They pulled this off by performing an alchemical miracle on the album. They started by retaining metal's essential elements, the swagger and screams, the monster power chords and over-the-top guitar acrobatics, and the jackhammer rhythms. At the same time, they removed the abrasive impurities, the meandering song structures, fantastical lyrical themes, and doomy sound that had made metal unpalatable to many late 70s consumers. Then they added hooks so big they could land a whale and choruses so sweet they could rot teeth. With Roth's otherworldly screams and Edward Van Halen's groundbreaking guitar pyrotechnics dominating each of the album's 11 tracks, Van Halen had distilled heavy metal down to its essential elements. So when rock fans dropped the needle on Van Halen, they didn't hear lengthy, self-indulgent jams or lumbering, doomy dirges. On the contrary, they heard what Roth would later term big rock, a streamlined sonic assault that combined metal's power, energy, and virtuosity with shimmering pop sensibility. In doing so, they invented pop metal, radio-friendly hard rock catchy enough that it could sell millions in a musical climate that was flat-out hostile to the genre. In the end, Van Halen's success proved the theory of musical evolution and made it difficult for critics and cynics to make the case that in 1978 heavy metal was doomed to extinction. By drawing up the lasting blueprint for pop-friendly hard rock and heavy metal guitar prowess, Van Halen redefined and reinvigorated hard rock at the very moment when it seemed destined for musical obsolescence and cultural irrelevance. Van Halen, in other words, saved heavy metal from the scrap heap. Remarkably, the way that Van Halen evolved into a band great enough to sell millions of records and skilled enough to electrify stadium crowds has been shrouded in mystery and supposition since Van Halen became famous. That's a pity, because before anyone outside of Los Angeles knew about the greatness of Van Halen, everything that has made the best episodes of Behind the Music must-see TV had already happened to the band. Van Halen's road to success wasn't smooth, and it wasn't short, but it was a dizzying, white-knuckle ride.